Hi, my name is Nina, and I'm here to show you ProVision process simulation. This is a Monte Carlo simulation. Primarily, it's used when CIOs, CFOs, COOs need to understand what a particular process is costing them. It's used by Lean Six Sigma Black Belts to determine what future state would look like if the organization followed our recommendations. So as you can see, and this may be small, but I'll make it a little bit bigger, but this is actually a real case. I don't want to give you guys too much information because it's really a true workflow. As you can see in ProVision, each one of these, they call them swim lanes going from the left to the right, are either technologies, organizations, or departments. And the activities in each of those have costs and indirect and direct costs and timing associated with them. So in this case, you can see there's a number of different departments and systems and a number of different activities in current state. And then when you flip over to future state, you can see that we've centralized a lot of the activity in one or more departments here, along with some in-house technology and a couple of external agencies we still had to engage because the skill set was not within the organization. It was not their core competency. So what would typically happen is you would put the cost and schedule and timing in each of these activities based on what the department, the number of resources, and how many resources were involved. And so once you have that information, you would process the simulation. For the sake of this demo, I'm just going to show one or two trials, but normally you would do a statistically significant amount of trials. And I don't know if you can see this, but you can see that each activity is being hit by the simulator so that it makes sure that it addresses the number of scenarios necessary, because as you can see, there's decision points here, and whether it's yes or no within the workflow, you want to make sure you look at the whole entire process and the decisioning to understand what the process is costing the company. And normally it would not make that screen. I don't know if you see it, but it says not responding. Normally that would not happen, but because it's being recorded, the system decided to pause. And that normally would not happen. So in any case, I actually just wanted to show you what that would look like. You would run the current state simulation for timing and cost metrics, and you would then run the future state. In this case, this is a marketing department that was outsourcing a lot of their sales tools, and they wanted to know what the process is costing them. A lot of times it's hard to do in a matrix environment, but what this process was costing them each time the marketing department actually requested these particular sales tools, you can see that it cost them a total of $86,000 for each run. And so that the agency would take a total of $4,000. The content supplier, creative agency, was about $29K. And what's really cool about this is you can see, like, if you just wanted to remove a couple activities, say you didn't want to move the whole entire process, but just a couple activities in the process, this in particular one is managing the distribution list, you can actually just see what it would be like if that particular resource didn't handle those activities. You know, where, you know, say in this example, sales tool agency manager, they were actually submitting the distribution information, you could see here, and that was costing $224 each time the sales tool was requested. And so we can actually run future state and see, you know, what would it cost if we move those processes over. Okay, so you can see on the left side lots of different processes, lots of different activities, and the associated costs with them based on role or department. Okay, so now you can also see what the timing costs. So the same process costs the company 167 days in duration. When we take this simulation, we run future state, and I've already done it, but for the sake of time, it would cost the company, if they brought a lot of this, if they removed some of the printing costs, they brought this in-house. If they brought some of the distribution list management in-house, it would cost, every time marketing would request a sales tool to be produced or published, it would only cost about $8,300 per run. And so you can see how those costs are distributed based on the role, and then you can see based on the process, okay? So if you actually, it's pretty interesting because if you double click on this, you can see that particular, you can see how much time it took them, just an hour, what resources were included, and then you can also put in costs here, $80 an hour, okay? So a lot of times companies, they don't know what a process is costing because of the matrix environment, but in this case you can tell what it would be, what this process would cost them with future state in terms of duration. So instead of 167 days, it would take them 4 the projection say, and instead of 86,000 future state by bringing things in-house and following Lean Six Sigma disciplines, it would cost $8,352 per run. So it's a pretty cool tool. It has a lot of different capacities in it. I mean, even just to see the visual is kind of sometimes nice, But then when you have quantitative parts behind it, it's also very helpful. So we really enjoy using this tool. Hope you enjoyed the demo. Have a good day.